Hello, I'm Stephen Orvis, and I am going to show how in Odoo project, something I have done with the done column and the done status, to automate that to make it a little more sensical and make sense, at least for me, uh, using an automation. So I have gone to demo.odoo.com, and it has given me demo5.odoo.com. That demo.odoo.com is a demo website that's free for anyone to use, where you can just try something out in Odoo, and super easy, fast, nice, because if you break something, it doesn't matter, just go to this site again and start over. So it's a good playground to test ideas out, to test out automations before you run it in your database and have the oopsie moment. So I'm going to go to Odoo project here, and I'm going to make a project, and I'm going to call it demo1. Alright, I'm going to make a stage called idea. I'm going to make a stage called done. I'm going to make a couple ideas. Idea 1, idea 2, idea 3. And then I'm going to move it to done. And then you can see here, it actually did not set the status to done. It is still hanging out in progress, which is fine if you use the statuses individually, but I've been using the Kanban boards exclusively, so this is annoying. And why? Because if you come to the pivot table, there's one in the done column, but then there's also a concept of being done within within Odoo for your measures. There it is, probably that's working days to close. So it's not actually closed, so they're not going to be closed. And so that's a little annoying that you don't have anything closed. And so now you can go back to the project, and you could manually click done, and it would then be done. If you refresh open task, it goes away, so clutter is gone too. Instead of doing that, I have decided to do an automation. So I'll come to Odoo, do automations. They make it pretty easy to get started. So stage is set to done. When stage is set to done, I'm going to add update stage and done, and save and close. Save. Come back to tasks. Test it, see if it works. And it didn't work. And there is actually a reason why. So if we jump back to the automations, when we pick done, if you're really paying attention, you notice that there's actually 3 dones. Some of those are the other projects that are already in existence, and so we picked one by happen chance that wasn't our project, so super confusing. So you could figure out which record is the record, the one you're looking for, if you want it scoped to just this project. But I actually want a global rule, because I'll be making other projects and archiving them after I'm done with them, then make a new project and for something else. But I'm probably going to use that done column quite a bit, so that's just a standard I want. So SOP, this would be if you want to do that for your team. So instead of doing stages set to done, I am going to do on save. So now this is going to match everything, but then I'm going to just go ahead and say stage for the update, so it's going to match less actions, but it's still going to match any stage move, so we don't want that. And you can see that by coming in here and hitting the apply on. You see we have new, we have idea, so it would match a lot. So I'm going to add a condition and say if the stage, so this is now the record, I'm going to go in here inside the record, and we'll look at the name field. So now stage.name, so the text, and then I can say done, so the text done. If the text done of the stage name equals done, then do this thing. So now you can see we scoped it down, there's 24 records in here. And look, there's a done stage here, a done stage there, and so you can see any of these ones is going to match now. So that will make a little more sense. Obviously, it might be unexpected behavior, though, if you made some other random name and it was a less standard action. In this case, I think SOP, this is a fairly solid way to do this, unless you had something different. And we have a problem. It didn't appear to work. Alright, so let's troubleshoot. So we go back in automations, and done. So on save, stage name is done. When updating the stage, update the stage to done. I messed that up. So I said the stage. I wanted the state. And then come here, done. So that's also why the first one didn't work as well. It's true that there's different boards there, and that done stage can mess it up. I may have had the right ID at first as well, but that was an error. However, this should work now. So now we're going to update the state, not the stage, to done. This is why I like having those synchronized, because it is confusing. If it's in the done state, but it's not in the done stage, it's strange. So it's nicer this way. So you can see I can drag them out, drag them in, and it went ahead and updated that. Now they're done, and they went away because Open Task Filter is on. I can click that, see them back again. Any filters with Odoo, you can go find them, obviously. But now, so that should show up differently in pivot charts, so that we can see items that are done, maybe working days to close, I don't know. But now there's more that are in the done state, and you're able to do those analysis on items that are done. This is how I use Odoo Project, specifically around the done column, and an automation that I'm using there to automate setting the status of a task to done when the stage of the task is done, just to make it more sense in my head and easier for me to use, reduce the clutter, be more automatic, because I don't want to be manually clicking that.